Hi, everybody. It's Crazy, and for another week, I am up to episode number 16 of the Learned Experience. And this week, I was on vacation, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so gonna dig into this book, and I'm gonna run with it." And yeah. No, didn't happen. Of course, life likes to throw some curveballs in there. We're doing some things around the house, trying to basically get back up and do things. And of course, I got a little lost in doing other things. And by the time it was all said and done, yeah, I didn't really get that far. So let me show you what I've gotten up to so far. Okay, this is automate the boring stuff with Python. Now, this is different than making games with Python and Pygame, um, because of the fact that that one basically went from start to finish and you learn something. This one is more of you start and you go over here and you go over there and you go over here and you do this project, you do that project, you do this project. So this is a little bit different, and it takes it out of the norm because it's not Pygame, it's actually straight Python. So this is just stuff done with Python. And I figured, man, I got talking to one of my buddies in my Discord, and literally I was like, I've got a choice to make here. I've got to go either one way or the other. And you know, do I just dive into making a game and just go with it, or do I continue on with my learned experience and try to figure out and learn as much as I can get in my head? So this is what I was left with, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and go with the book. Now it's 505 pages. It's quite a long book, and as you see, I've got a pretty weak start, because a week ago I was earlier than this. So I'm up to page 53, which let me get my mouse over here. 53. Okay. Now this talks about while loops and some other interesting what do I say interesting things that Python does. And let me kick this one up. Okay, this is where I'm up to. I was playing around with while loops, and as you've seen it in the book, that's about as far as I got. Um, but I'm gonna bring your attention to continue and break. Now, if you know a lot about Python, you know what these two do. It's second nature. You've done it for so long that you probably just do it, without no problems. Me, on the other hand, I didn't understand what continue did. I didn't understand what break did, and now I do. Break takes you completely out of the loop. Okay. Continue keeps you in the loop. It puts it back to the top because you have to continue because something did not go according to plan. Okay. Um, with that, it was like eye opening. Okay. And that's as far as I got. And believe it or not, I got to right there. I did it last night, and I was just, I was literally, and it wasn't because I was bored. It was because I was up late and I was tired. We had, like I said, we had a lot of stuff going on. My granddaughter's birthday is tomorrow, so hey, happy birthday, little one! And we've been kind of planning for that as well. Another little life thing that tries to throw a curveball in there for you. Um, so didn't really get much done. But now to another point I was going to talk about, and this point was someone, on one of my on one of the Discord servers that I'm on, brought up a topic of Blender, saying, yeah, we're never gonna have BGE, da 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 da. Okay, and that Ton, the guy who basically came up with Blender and is now the head honcho, uh, said he will never deal with BGE again, which, and I don't know if that's true or not. If it is, let me know in the description. If not, let me know in the description. Um, but it kind of hit me hard. It was like, like somebody punching me in my gut because, Blender used to have the BGE in it, and it was a lot of people who they were into it. They were building games all the time with BGE, and for them to take it out was like a crushing blow to a lot of people, self included. I was really downhearted about it because the fact that I thought I was going to have to learn a whole new programming language, which I still didn't at that time, and still kind of not know anything about, enough about Python to really do anything. I was following other people's scripts, I was following other people's tutorials and stuff like that, and I wasn't getting anywhere. But there were so many great games that came from BGE, and for Blender to just chuck that all underneath the rug, I think it's wrong if that's the way they're going. And hey, Ton, if you ever see my channel, you can understand that I was a big Blender fan. I still am a big Blender fan. I love the UI. I love how they change things up. I love how they do things. But the BGE was a big thing in Blender for a lot of people. Okay. Which will bring me up to my next one, which is UPBGE. Okay, and before y'all say, oh, here he goes again with UPBGE, yeah, I'm going to go on about UPBGE because these guys, okay, went through great peril at their own, on their own here, on their own, and doing it. Okay, for all those people who are on Unity, Unreal, Godot, what was that? There was another one. I can't remember that one. All these other game engines, okay, that say, hey, yeah, we could do it, and we use Blender. No, they don't. All those people who say that Blender and Unreal, or Blender and Unity, and Blender and this, you have to export and import. It is not built into Blender. It is not part of Blender. Okay? UPBGE is. These guys, okay, are running the experimental version 3.0 of Blender right now. Okay, for all you people that think UPBGE is only like 2.5 right now, that's the stable release. Okay, that is the stable release. It's for 2.79 because there were so many people that wanted it fixed. Okay, UPBGE 0.3.0, which is the easy beta or alpha. Okay, is based on Blender 3.0. Okay, so it uses the same UI. It uses the 9.3. Let's see. 2.93. There we go. Okay, uses the 2.93 look, but it's actually the 3.0 version that is experimental in Blender right now. Okay, so hey guys at Blender, UPBGE is here. Okay, all you guys that are unaware of UPBGE, hey, links in the description. Okay, if not, jump on over to my channel in Discord, and I'll even hand you a link to it. Okay, because UPBGE is alive, it is kicking, and these guys are working their butts off to make it work great. So if you guys want to support UPBGE, they would love your help. They would they don't they need all the people they can get. All you game devs, all you weekend warriors, all you guys who just want to create a game just for the fun of it, dude, jump up on UPBGE, check it out. If you like Blender and you like the feel of Blender and how it works, UPBGE does not need to export. Okay, simple. All right, with that being said, I'm going to kick back over to another issue. It's not really an issue, it's more of a wow, more so than an issue, because I was on one of my favorite game Discords, and I literally heard one of the devs give some awesome advice that I've heard before, but just never sunk in as well as it did. And this young kid was, literally having a hard time. He found out that somebody literally made his game. And he was like, I don't, I feel like I'm, like it's useless now. And I'm like, you know what? I can sympathize with that because my game was kind of made already. Oops was already out, technically. It's a different style. Mine is different, but it has aspects from a lot of games. It has aspects from Fallout, has aspects from Subnautica, it has aspects from GTA 5. There's tons of games that I played that I said, ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I want a little bit of that. Give me a piece of that cake. Okay? All these, when I was thinking up how to build Oops, all these were in it. But what this dad said hit me home. He says, if you're passionate and you're dedicated, you can build your game. Time makes no matter. The kid was like, yeah, but I've been doing this for 6 months. 6 months? Buddy, I've been doing this since 2019. There have been people who've been doing it longer, and they still haven't made their game yet. Okay? Have I made a game? Yeah, 1, maybe 2, if you count it as 2. Okay? But this game I have not built yet. It's still in R&D. And when he sat there and said that, I was just like, you know, I just couldn't believe it because of the fact that, you know, not only was he talking to that kid, he hit me at home. And I had great respect for this guy. And they're part of a AAA company. Okay? They built this game, you know, as a AAA game. It's one of those games that you have probably played. If not, you might have played. Okay? I'm not going to say the name of it because I'm not going to drag that into it because, no, not my place. But I had great respect for that guy at that time. That dev was like, he was spot on. Okay, so me being on my soapbox, I spent so much time trying to build my game, right? That I've actually taken a step back because I'm passionate enough to do so. I know it's still there. It's way out here a bit, but it's still out here. Okay? It's not gone. It's still there. I still have the ideas. I still have what I want to accomplish. And you know, if you're on my Discord and you happen to be one of my trusted or my crazy fam, or you're one of my Patreons, you'll be able to see my progress in Oops. Okay, and right now, like I said, we're still in, I'm still in R&D, but I think I'm going to open up and see if I can get some help because there's some things I'm not really good at. But if that be the case, I'm always looking for people. Drop by my Discord, say, hey, crazy, no problem. Yeah, I have no problem with it. With that being said, check in for my Oops video, all you crazy fam and my trusteds out there and my Patreons. Okay, check out that video here in a little while. But on my note, I'm going back, taking that step back, and I'm moving, slowly up, building a good foundation. And if you're the type of person that wants to roll and just jump in there and get her done, get bam, 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 and you can do that, more power to you. But if you're not, and you're following along with me, then you're understanding that when you put a block in, doesn't matter what block it is, as long as you know what that block is, what that block can do. And that's my learned experience. That's where I'm going. So, with that being said, check out UPBGE in the descriptions. Jump on over to my server and say, hey, what's up, crazy? Till next time.